This is Master Han. I'm going to go over our first day's lesson, consisting of some exercises and some kicks. I'll go over them briefly, I'll demonstrate, and I'll explain the key points of each technique. Let's begin with our exercises. First exercise. If you can see, your legs are apart and you move toward one side. Heel comes up, both hands in the front. 1, 2, come up to a standing position, and then go to the other side. And then down. 3, 4, up, down to the other side. 1, 2, up, 3, 4. Try to keep this leg facing outward and not inward like this. And make sure that your toe is facing upward. Okay? Then side lunges. This time, your front foot is pointing straight, back foot also is pointing in the same direction. Then you lunge forward. 1, 2, then both feet are going to turn to the other side. Lunge forward. 3, 4. Again, the other side. 1, 2. Again, the other side. 3, 4. All of these exercises, as I mentioned, should be done 16 times. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 for a count of 16. Next exercise, front and back. Both hands front. Front 2. One touching the floor, the other reaching backward. And then hands at your hips and extend back 2 times. 1, 2. Then again, touch the floor, reach back. And then again up on your hips. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And windmill. Touch your toes, arms extended, and you're going to stay down when you do this, and you're going to try to touch your toes with the opposite hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reach. 2, 3, 4. Just like a windmill. If you can extend further than your feet, go ahead and do that. You'll get a better stretch. Then, feet shoulder width apart. Arms in a fist, one hand to your side, and the other hand is extending over your head, and you're going to stretch your side. 1, 2, and then you're going to switch to the other side. Hands at your side, the other extended over. 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2. Again. 3, 4. Good. Now we're doing splits, and the splits that we're doing is a modified version. If you recall, get on your knees, legs apart, hands out in front. Then you're going to stretch your legs apart with your feet 90-degree angle. And then you're going to push yourself down and push yourself back until you feel a little bit of pressure. You can lean forward if you like, and just light pressure going back. And then when you come out of this, after a few minutes, you come forward and then out. And then stand back up. And that'll be your stretch. Next exercise we did was a plank. And this is a substitute for push-ups, which we'll do later on. For a plank, both hands out in front, legs a little bit apart, and you want to keep your back straight. You don't want your butt to be up. You don't want it all the way down. You want it straight. This exercises your core. And you want to try to count to 20 or more. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do a slow or fast count, whatever you need, up to 20. That's your plank exercise. Then stand up. Arms out in front. Then you're going to elbow back, reach forward, and then extend back with an extended arm. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do side to side, both elbows up. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, all of these 16 counts. Then wide circle. We're going to circle around with our arms, getting up on the ball of our feet if we can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to reverse, go the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we did at the very end was just a little additional loose side-to-side motion, kind of like a Charlie Chaplin motion. Making sure our limbs are all loose. Right? That's basic exercise, at least from lesson 1. Then we learn Chumbi. So if you're just in a comfortable stance, what you'll do with Chumbi is make sure your feet are shoulder width apart, both feet forward, and then fist down. Then when we do our first punching technique, it involves putting your right hand to your right hip, left hand over, left foot steps out into a riding stance, knees bent and low. Then you're going to punch, left hand comes to the left hip, right hand punches out to your solar plex. One more time. Right hand, left hand, step to a riding stance, and then I'll do it in slow motion, punch. Again, together, punch. Now, if you remember the key things I pointed out, make sure your fist is not up or down, but straight. Make sure no part of your fingers are sticking out. Neither your thumb nor your knuckles. Thumb should be folded over your fingers, and knuckles folded in, wrist straight. And punch a little low to your solar plex and little middle. Altogether, it looks like this is a single count, 1. A single punch is like this. The other hand comes right to the side again. If you punch again on a single punch, right to the center. A double punch is just 2 punches, 1, 2. Each time coming back to the side, 1, 2. A triple punch is 3 punches, each one coming to the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we always go back to Chumbi. That's the basic punch. Now let me demonstrate some basic kicks. Fighting motion. If you see my foot position, not a long step, just a short step back. Both hands in the midsection. This way you can block high, you can block low. Okay. First kick we did was a front straight kick. Lock your legs in, come straight up and down. Straight up and down. Your toes are pointed backward. So not pointed forward, pointed backwards and back. 1, come all the way back. Now, if it's too hard for you, if you feel a lot of pressure, you don't have to do it too high. It can be low is fine too, until you get your standing stretch. If you feel loose, go ahead and go a little bit higher. Again, 16 times each side. When we switch feet, all we're doing, jumping, going to the other side with the other foot in front. Same thing here. Up and back. Up and back. Up and back. 16 times. Switch feet again. Now we'll do inside out kick. If you recall, the inside out kick is a circular kick. You're going to cover both sides of a person's body. You're going to hit with this side of your foot. So it looks like this. It's a circle kick. Okay? Like that. It's a stretching kick as well. So it's going to pull a little bit on your joints and your legs. So height is not the most important at this point. The circle is. Even if you have to do a low circle, make sure you do a complete circle. Once again, 16 times. Other side too. This time, circle. This time from the other side. You're going inside out. That's why it's called an inside out kick. Big circle. Again. If you see me, when I do this, my foot slightly angles outward so that when I do the inside motion, it's easier. If my foot's stationary, it's harder to kick that way. So you want to angle your foot out and then kick. Again, I'm changing feet. The next kick that I showed you was a front snap kick. Not a very difficult kick. It involves putting your knee up and extending your foot out. knee up, extending foot out. So, like that. Like that. Now, one thing we added to the front snap kick is foot position. We said we're not kicking with the whole of the foot. We're only kicking with the ball of the foot. How do you kick with the ball of the foot? You have to extend just that portion. An easy way to do it is like a ballerina. Flat foot, go up on your tippy toes. And then the ball of your foot will be accented, will be emphasized. So that when you kick, that's the part that's gonna hit. So your kicking is not up, but it's forward. Like that. Like that. If you want to see that from the side position, that. Like that. That's the front snap kick. Other side, same. Knee up first, extend, and back. Back. And back. Okay, next kick that we did was a roundhouse kick. Roundhouse kick involves moving your torso around. It's like around the house, roundhouse kick. Kicking with the top of your foot. Doesn't have to be high, but you want to get that turn. Turn, kick, and back. And if you could focus on my feet here, the bottom feet should not be stationary. Otherwise, you're going to twist your ankle. You want to turn and then kick. So pivot that foot as you're kicking. And then back. Turn, kick, and back. And then back. Same thing on the other side. Watch my bottom foot, pivot, and then kick, and then back. Kick with the top of your foot, kick, and then back. Kick, and then back. And I'm switching feet again. The last kick that we did was a step side kick. Put ourselves in a side stance position. Again, hands up. This time we're gonna step. The way I step, and this is the most critical part of this kick, the heel needs to face forward. Heel facing forward, leg up. Kick where the feet is in a sideward position. And then you step back just as you step forward. 1, lift up, kick, and back. 1, lift up, kick, and back. So together, looks something like that. And then back. Other side is the same. Step, heel, facing forward, leg up, extend, and back. Heel facing forward, back. So together, looks something like that. And then back. Step back and shooby. Not step forward, that's aggressive. Defensive and respectful, step back. Shooby. When you're at attention, feet together, bow. And that's the basics that we covered in the first lesson. Next week, I'll cover the second part. Thank you so much.